Hello there, it's good to have you join us on the Diaspora. This week we're reaching you live from Beijing, the capital city of China. And as you know, there are many Nigerians living and working in the People's Republic of China. And of course, Africa converged on China this week to discuss the cooperation between the African continent and China. And of course, Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari led the Nigerian delegation to this summit. So this week we'll be talking to Nigerians and finding out how life is for them here in China. Welcome to the program. Now, it's the tradition of President Muhammadu Buhari to meet Nigerians wherever he goes around the world, to speak with them about developments back home and of course engage them on what they can do to make Nigeria better. Here in Beijing, China, President Muhammadu Buhari met with Nigerians, and my colleague Adamu Sambo filed in this report.
It was an emotional atmosphere of tremendous respect, appreciation, friendship, and indeed solidarity as President Muhammadu Buhari arrived at the Nigerian embassy in Beijing to keep a date with Nigerians in the diaspora.
One world, one dream, one man I don't need to Nigeria.
Flanked by several governors, lawmakers, ministers, and other key government officials, the president listened with rapt attention as the diaspora community from various fields of endeavor spoke their minds regarding his presidency. The China-Nigeria relations, the situation at home especially on the fight against corruption and insecurity, economic diversification, and what can be done to make life better for Nigerians, as well as their stay in the Asian country more rewarding, dominated their submissions.
We have seen giant strides, and we want to appreciate you so much, Your Excellency, and we can play a constructive role in investment drive towards Nigeria. Whether it's at the federal, state, or local government level, we have the resources to be able to play that role.
President Muhammadu Buhari brought them up to speed on the genuine efforts by his administration at sanitizing the country for a sustainable future. He said in spite of the overwhelming problems inherited on coming to power, things are now much more better in the nation's critical economic sectors, and expressed delight that Nigerians are now well informed.
I'm congratulating all of us for being Nigerians. We are not doing badly for our country, and we are very, very grateful to China for her generosity in coming to identify in building our infrastructure, very soft loans, very long time of payment, and very low interest. But we need your understanding and support. Whatever you can contribute back at home by advising your families, to vote for our party. I have no fear about free and fair election. That's what brought me here.
Nigeria's ambassador to China, Baba Ahmed Jeddah, who takes pride in the highly beneficial relations between Nigeria and China, told the president that Nigerians in the Asian country are well-behaved and law-abiding.
President Muhammadu Buhari will inshallah contest and win the 2019 election for a second term of 4 years by the grace of God and the collective will of Nigerians, including those Nigerians from the diaspora gathered in this hall.
And it's also instructive that Nigerians here in China in particular have always been home to, most of them actually have the PVCs, and they are ready to come back and vote. And so they can't be ignored. And it's important that they were able to, ask for explanations about issues, especially the anti-corruption fight, the currency swap, and the issue of job creation, which was adequately tackled here. And it's obvious that the government has done so much, within the last 3 years, and the administration can only, work to do much more. As the president said, to continue to work at fulfilling the campaign promise. So, as long as that continues, it's about educating Nigerians, and they even know what is going on, with the interactive session. And also the key thing is Nigerians, wherever they are not about drugs or criminality. A lot of Nigerians are doing very, very well, like we saw here in China. Good, serious professionals, and their engagement was with the Nigerian youth. And you see their passion, their determination, and the belief and support for the administration. I mean, nobody is saying it's a perfect system, but there's gradual progress. Sanity is coming back, as they said, and the anti-corruption fight is one that they've said they have to support. They have to own it and support the president's anti-corruption fight and other measures, like tackling security, tackling the economy, and generally bringing sanity back to the system and building a strong, solid foundation for the youth of Nigeria, a foundation that can never be shaken anymore, broken.
Some 150 Nigerian students being sponsored by the Chinese company under the railway expansion program were introduced to the president.
There are millions of Nigerians, I'm sure, are competing for such opportunity. You are lucky to have got it, and I hope you will make the best use of it. And we as a nation are grateful to China for extending this generosity to us.
Now, after that summit, we took up some Nigerians living and working in China to find out what life is for them and indeed what they are engaged in here in China. This is our interaction with them. What do you do here in China, and how long have you been here?
I've been in China for the past 18 years. I came here for business, and now I am the president of the Nigerian Association of Registered Companies in China. And my office is in Guangzhou, and we came over here to Beijing to welcome the president.
Okay. So, business in China, what is it like for a Nigerian? And how many Nigerians do you have, since you represent the business community, kind of? Are you many, and what is your profile like?
Yeah, business in China is very challenging because you are competing, against one of the best societies in the world in terms of business. So every Nigerian that has been here for upwards of 5-10 years must have been somebody who is gifted in the areas of his business. So in our association, the ANROC, we have about total number of 70-something Nigerians, comprising about 45 companies, and many of us are based in Guangzhou. And we have other members from other parts of China that belong to our association. So our aim actually is not, about business. We are seeking, because we have cooperation with so many other chambers of commerce here in China. Our intention and goal is to, use the opportunity we have here as Nigerian companies representing Nigeria, to bring in investment back to Nigeria. Actually, we've been working with a lot of other Chinese chambers of commerce. We've made trips to Nigeria, investment trips, to let them see exactly what is obtainable in Nigeria. And we keep on with this. Now, with the consulate in Guangzhou, it's been a lot. They have given us a lot of backing.
The first challenge, I will tell you here, is visa challenges. So many Nigerians are staying here in China illegally, and so many of them doesn't have visas. Also, it is a problem because even there are some who want to, renew their visas, but it's unfortunately due to the strict laws, they cannot be able to do so. So many of them, after so much trials, decide to leave their passport and visas unextended and unrenewed and decide to live illegally.
What is their fate and how do they operate?
Immediately the visa expires, they begin to go around sleeping from one house to another, running for immigration-related cases. Maybe at the end, it depends on your luck. If you are apprehended tomorrow, that means facing deportation. Above all, the challenge we're also having here is that when they are being caught, they have to pay a huge sum of money, which is 10,000 RMB for fine. and this is a very big money in Nigeria, about 600,000. And also you have to buy your ticket, you have to go back to Nigeria, and while you don't provide your ticket and also the fine, you will be left languishing in the cell. So I want His Excellency the President to also discuss more with the Chinese government in order to do a prison swap if possible, and also to discuss with the Chinese authority on how to address the issue of visa. So many people here that also have a business documents like rep office cannot be able to get visa from the Chinese authority. It is simple and understandable that recently the Nigerian authority have granted Chinese people free visa on entry. But in China here, no Nigerian have the right to get even tourist visa. China is one of the greatest economy in the world. And I think Nigerians deserve getting tourist visas from all the Chinese consulate and embassy in the world. So it's a great challenge that we can be giving them visa and they are not even giving to our people.
You see, the Embassy of Nigeria has two ambassadors. We have a head of mission, Ambassador Hamid Jidda, and I myself am Deputy Chief of Mission, Ambassador Bakuli. So in view of the tackling issues for Nigeria, we have about three set of offices set by the federal government of Nigeria. The Embassy of Nigeria, which is overall department, covering the whole China in terms of bilateral level and political level, as well as we have three other consulates in Shanghai, in Guangzhou, and Hong Kong, all dealing with Nigerians. Nigerians here can be categorized into four. We have the first Nigerians who we call the Nigerians in the government sectors, which are also diasporas working with the United Nations, and some of them working with the government of China, and some of them working with the companies. We also have another set of Nigerians who are students, having a large number of them also schooling here in different fields for capacity building. We have also a Nigerian who are diaspora, who are business community, and they are doing very excellent in their services. And we have the other Nigerians who has nothing to do but come to China for the greener pasture. These are the kind of the people that we are having problem with. And the issue of the country of China, if you see, is a rule by regulation country. They are rule and abiding country. They respect rules and regulations, and they don't tolerate any crime even by their citizens. So based on these things, we always find that we cannot change the rules of China within a positive minute, but to ensure that Nigerians that are here, we behave well. The goods and the bad Nigerians are all Nigerians, and we are here to deal with our consular matters. So both the ambassadors, myself and Ambassador Babajida, we take it as one of our core mandate to ensure Nigerians are being taught on the rules of regulation of China, that Nigerians are also asked to behave as good ambassadors to Nigeria and China. Also, the students have to obey rules and regulation by attending their classes and to excel. But we have some couples of problems here with little certain drugs cases. We have some cases that have to do with illegal immigration, those that do not possess visa. Chinese don't allow that kind of situations. We also attend to those kind of issues. And we have some students also that prepare to change some courses after finding the school they are. Either they are not coping academically or they are having some other problem in relation to their own studies personally.
We are actually in a province where there are more Nigerians than anywhere else in China.
What's the number?
Officially, we have about 2,200, but we have some who actually overstayed their visas, and then they're having a lot of problems, and then giving the consulate so much problems. But we are trying our best to be able to respond to their needs.
What are the main issues that you deal with day to day?
Basically, we handle trade and investment. We do try and encourage investors to go to Nigeria where they have opportunities to make good returns. We also try to promote our culture. Also encourage Chinese tourists to visit. Also, we take care of the welfare of Nigerians, and that is where you have so much problem that unfortunately we've not been able to resolve some of the issues confronting the approach.
Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, is always in touch with Nigerians living and working abroad, particularly as he's directly in touch with the embassies of Nigeria around the world. So we sat down with him to talk about Nigerians living and working in China, and this is our interview with the minister. So you have an embassy in China and 3 consulates. What's your assessment of what they're doing based on the mandates given to them so far?
They're doing extremely well, actually. As you said, Nigeria is one of the big trading partners of China. China is our biggest at the moment. So there are a lot of Nigerian business people coming here, a lot of Nigerian students coming here. So there are, big challenges, consular challenges, and they're doing extremely well. This FOCAC, summit also required significant input in organizing our participation from not only our embassy here, but from all the consulates, and they've done a fantastic job, in coordinating, in preparing, helping to prepare briefs, and organizing, some of the events like the meeting with Nigerians living here in China. So they've been doing very well, and unfortunately, we have quite too large a number of Nigerians also in prisons in China, and they brief us regularly on the situation. They go to visit them, and they intervene on their behalf with the Chinese authorities and so forth. So they're doing a good job.
So what is your message then to Nigerians living in China, and of course those who intend to come to China knowing the system here? What will you tell them?
We tell them not only for China, but for wherever they go. I always say that, the ordinary Nigerian citizen, when they leave Nigeria, have to remember that they are actually ambassadors for Nigeria. They might not have, the professional title of ambassador, but they are, ambassadors of the country, and they must comport themselves as ambassadors, knowing that the perception of their country, of Nigeria, by others, to a large extent, will also be based on the way they carry themselves and the way they behave. And, we have too large a number of Nigerians who, unfortunately, prefer to engage in criminal activities, and of course that spoils things for the law-abiding Nigerians who are doing legitimate business and contributing, positively to the countries to which they go, and also to Nigeria. So my advice is the same. Respect the laws of the countries you visit, and comport yourself with dignity, and and work hard. That's basically it.
It's time to meet our Diasporan of the Week, and he's the biggest African artist in China. He goes by the stage name Hao Go. But don't be deceived, this brother is from Delta State in Nigeria. Meet Hao Go.
My name is Emmanuel Wisha, otherwise known as Hao Ge, and I'm from Delta State of Washington, Nigeria.
How did you come to China? what brought you here? What was it about? What's the Chinese name you have? What does it mean?
Okay, well, let me start by the name, Haoge, and what it means. It translates good song. Now, how that name came about was when I attended a Star Hunt program. It's like this reality program where they search for stars, and I went there to sing. And then they were thinking about they said, okay, your English name is very it's hard for them to pronounce. Let us look for a Chinese name that everyone can call you by. And they thought about it and said, okay, well, you sing fine. Why don't we just call you Good Song? So it's a name given to me, hoping that I keep on singing and I sing well.
What brought you to China and when did you come?
My pursuit for music. Music has always been a passion of mine. That I grew up in a Christian home where we learned music in church and stuff. And I have been my pursuit for adventure in music actually brought me to China, because when I was first told that I should come to China and perform, at the time it was at the opening of a big hotel in the central of China, Henan province. I thought about it. I said, goodness me, the only thing I know about China is Bruce Lee and Chapman Mao. I thought about it. Because I didn't know a word of Chinese. I was skeptical about coming, but being that I'm a musician, people in the arts are always very adventurous and stuff. I said, okay, let me try it, and then I did come. And when I came, it was like every foreigner who comes to China, you go through a season of cultural shock. It was difficult at the time. My music was recognized earlier, but at the time, people got tired of this, the English songs. And then I found that I could learn the words in Chinese and sing in Chinese. Then I started learning Chinese. That's how I started learning Chinese. The words one by one. Hello, ni hao.
透过窗，微笑如痕宝待放，飘散淡淡的惆怅，时光过往，划醒我心房，蜿蜒眉。
You see, the tool is music, because music is without borders. Music knows no language. Basically, if you can communicate, but I must add that the fact that I was able to sing Chinese resonated with the locals. Because initially, like I said, I was singing in English, people got tired of it, but when I started singing in Chinese, I was accepted. Before then, I was like every other foreigner who was in China. But the first day, I sang a Chinese song, well rehearsed, practiced. That was it. It was unbelievable. The crowd went berserk. They went crazy. These are the things, the passion that has actually kept me in the business and kept me in the industry here. It was crazy. They stood up and shouted, the thing was, it really encouraged me. They received it very, very well.
Is there a connection between what you do here and the Nigerian entertainment industry back home? Are you connecting China and Nigeria?
Yes, because you have to understand, Chinese music is a melody-based music. We Nigerians, South Africans, we are more rhythmic. There's rhythm in us. So what I do is a fusion of what I know, what is in here, and I come and I perform this Chinese songs.
When are we going to have your partners here, fellow artists here, come to Nigeria and then try to domesticate the Chinese stuff back?
You have hit the nail on the head. Actually, this is work in progress for us. It's something that we are very, very much interested in. Me and my team of company. We have a cultural media company where we want to using music as a tool, cultural exchange. They say, you know, when you go to a country, when you go somewhere, if you want to know the people, you want to know the culture, start with what breaks the ice. Music knows no boundaries. It's easy for you to start with music. We're looking towards improving relationship in cultural exchange through music.
What else did you expect apart from having somebody like Hago doing Nigeria and Nigerians proud in China? Kudos to you, Hago. Keep making Nigerians and Nigeria proud across the world. And that's our package for this week on the Diaspora, which came to you from Beijing in China. On behalf of the rest of the team and indeed everyone who has made this program a success, we'd like to thank you very much for watching, and we invite you to join us next time for another edition. I am Makut Simon Wacham. Thank you again, and bye for now.